as far as underground hip hop getting fertilized, breaking from the first hip hop act being signed in San Diego, being I bet you be Posse 89, 89, 90. I say around 91, right around where when Cutting them first started promoting not only as DJs but really linking up with Makeda. And I think what was really intricate was I wasn't around for it. I mean, I was doing my thing. I didn't really know him or Makeda Dread by the time, but I know whoever hooked up Cutfather and Makeda Dread did a good thing around that time, because that's right around where the ill stuff came in, the Zulu barbecue, a lot of, instead of, it's going from talent shows to open mics.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, and little showcases, and, you got all these little bullshit record labels everywhere throwing showcases and shit like that. I mean, this is like before, the scene developed, you know what I mean? So, right around that time, when that time came in, I already quit sports and was, die hard into the music, you know what I mean? Bought my first equipment in the 9th grade, and while everybody was talking about tryouts and shit like that, I was talking about sampling and shit, you know what I mean? So, just started getting motivated by all the dope dealers as far as not doing what they want to do, but seeing how they attack the hip hop game. All the dope dealers, they was like, fuck the industry, they ain't gonna put out no real dope dealer shit, so we gonna put it out. We gonna go wherever we got Press Up Records, Easy E, all them cats, you know what I mean? From days when Big Daddy Kane was on Prism, or Easy E had this, they just dropped, it was Ruthless before Priority, you know what I mean? As far as like 8 Ball rolling and shit like that. I mean, I remember going to the, Paradise Hills Rec, just listening to that shit, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, being inside a small city like San Diego, which is a big city actually, but the minds are maybe smaller, you know what I mean? And we a little distance away from what's really going on in the world. Like we like a TV society, like we see all the shit from TV out here. So it's kind of a little detached and loony from the shit. But I see, people are being affected good by what dope dealers were doing. I mean, that's a crazy fucking thing, you know what I mean? If you think about it, that's how independent hip hop was fucking born. Fucking not from advanced thinkers and motherfuckers and shit like that. No, it was just some dope dealer motherfuckers who was like, you know what, we don't want to be on slaves, we can put this shit out. Right. So, I mean, that's what motivated me around that time. We're talking around 91, 92.
Okay. And so let's jump into where you started taking matters in your own hands, just creating the scene. And
man,
what year was that?
That's right around there. That's right around the same thing. Boot Without a Soul is in full swing. This Boot Without a Soul, man. Yeah, we got the comic strips and everything was cracking. Motherfuckers is from here all across California wearing lunch pails and every fucking thing. And I don't know, it's just some sort of cats afraid of success. What could I say? You know what I mean? So I just started motivating more dolo by myself, but still being everywhere. And it was a part of the scene where I was the fucking scene, where, you know what I mean? There was no regular at a fucking hip hop show but me. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then you see it was, but a lot of people were older, you know what I mean? Couldn't, go to every event. But then you're starting to see like 50 regulars, 100 regulars, 200, 300 regulars at every joint around that time, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, how we see each other at every event that comes down, you know what I mean? Right? You seen last night and all that other joints like that. Now, this is around where that's happening for San Diego. Now that's, if you think about it, we just only inside our new school era, you know what I mean? This shit is like, really like, barely ninth in hip hop wise compared to New York. It's like 1990s. Even though we come with some advanced shit, this, that, and the other, but I mean, as far as being elevated and being cultured in the game, you know what I mean? Because our old school didn't start until 88. Or whoever was doing it in the disco era didn't pass down the cats out here. Because that's when the cats were still, migrating over here from the East Coast. Okay. So, you're still saying like early 90s, You know what I mean? That's really old school era, and that's where you see, oh yeah, these cats about the hip hop scene, and you got cats like Jai Tribe, the House Clan, all these cats that dance this, all these cats that are MCs, that'll rip your fucking head off MCs, but that will get on the floor and fucking murder you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Murder. You know, when the dancing and rhyming was fucking like this. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is unbreakable. So, you know, to integrate into what you were saying, I started taking matters into my own hands when I started seeing that shit. I'm only, you know, I'm advocate at this. I'm trying to create something fertile. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck it, man. Then she's like, fast forward to 95. You know, my relative Big Al, you know, active member in the Good Life organization. You know what I mean? Working with B Hall. You know what I mean? You know, rest in peace. You know, and so Big Al, he told me about B Hall, introduced me to B Hall. So I started to see what's going on out there inside the LA scene, you know what I mean? Damn, they got a place where motherfuckers can come out and say anything they want to. Damn. In order for MCs to get ill out here, there's gonna have to be a place where nobody's doing it. Think about it. You gotta know, up to the point where I did the improv, you had to know a promoter and hope a motherfucker will put you on. You, even if you was the illest motherfucker, you wouldn't get no show. Period. It was some butch ass bitch bullshit shit going out. You know what I mean? Up to this point, you know what I mean? I mean, it was some cats putting the cats on, but it was real clicky. You know what I mean? So it's more dancers, more MCs dancing, blowing up, than it is MCs on stage. You know what I mean? You got a couple cats that was ripping it up. You know what I mean? One Nation. You know what I mean? Jack and Nico, everybody, you know, the cats was even cut would crush you on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we come from that era, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, yo, me, John, and Taj, like, yo, let's get an open mic out here. And they're like, yo, you know, everybody, we need you to be the host of it. And it's really their idea. You know, at that time, I'm in my studio making, you know, we just did Michael Crucifixion. We doing Back to the Future right now. I'm like, man, I'm recording music, man. I'm getting my recording techniques down. I'm like, man, I ain't really tripping too hard off of that shit. But then it cracks, man. And then it's the longest running hip hop event to date. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, 2.5 years consistently. You know what I mean? But one thing about the improv that was funny, man, I went from smoking like a dime a week to like a half an ounce a night because of the improv. Had fools stressing me out. I'm getting into fights. My homeboy always got to pack the gat because nobody know that. You know what I mean? Nobody. This is shit behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But motherfuckers